Welcome to Harpy Stitch. I'm Amy.
And I'm not.
Welcome to our 13th Flosstube episode, all about Crossstich. This is also our first Flossiversary episode.
Which is why I'm here.
Our Flossiversary is officially July 7th. Hopefully we will get this up on that day if everything goes well.
I will try my best to get the editing done in time, but we'll see what happens. I think I'll make it. We're trying a lot of new things this time around. We've got a green screen, as you can see. We've got me, as you can very clearly see, unfortunately for you, before I am hideous to look upon. And I have my sunglasses on because there's a lot of lights around me and I'm very photosensitive, and it's not because I think I'm too cool for school or anything like that. It's just very bright and I can't handle it.
This is actually take 2. The first one didn't work out so well, so we are trying this again on the second day of summer, June 21st.
Oh yeah, we filmed a good chunk of video before and it just didn't quite work. So we're trying it again.
You know, we're not professionals.
We are not professionals.
At all.
Nope.
Pretty much anything. So let's start off with some life updates. I've had my first full week of summer. I have applied for 11 jobs since school has gotten out because that was what was available that I was qualified for and we could actually live on.
Right, and most of the job postings that are actually going to be viable won't be available until later in the summer anyway. They don't start posting a lot of those until later in the summer.
Sometimes not until July.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm checking out my notes here. If you'd like to get more frequent updates from me on my stitchy journey, please check out my Instagram at Harpy Stitch. I am also on Etsy and Facebook. I have a Harpy Stitch page where I've put some of my designs and some of the fun stuff I do for fun anyway.
I don't really have social media. Don't look for me.
He doesn't like to be perceived, which is...
I used to, but I don't, I don't use it anymore. It's not, I just don't.
Yeah.
Ignore me!
So I've had stuffy noses forever. I went and got an allergy test. Oddly enough, it came back negative. So we don't know why I've been getting stuffy noses. Earlier last week, we had 3 deer run by our apartment. It was super cool. I love how much wildlife there is around our apartment. The weird thing is we live right off downtown of the city. So on one side of us is, the college campus and the city and downtown. And on the other side is the Mississippi River. And the deer came from where the city is and ran towards the river. So I'm not sure how they got so far into town, but it was really cool to see them run by the window. We have animals outside of our apartment all the time.
Bunnies and birds and sometimes foxes.
Badgers.
Ducks when it's duck season.
Chipmunks.
There's a lot of chipmunks. We got a little woodpecker out there right now. Not a red-crested, but just a regular kind. And he's pretty cool. He flies up into our patio sometimes. And pecks at some of the holes in our bricks, but he can't get very far.
And we have a little teeny tiny bird that likes to sit on our patio and scream at something.
Yeah, he's like this big. I don't know what kind of bird he is, but he's adorable and he screams a lot.
Yeah, he's mad about something. Let's see. We had a huge storm last week.
Yeah.
Supercell came to town. For those of you who don't live in tornado country, it's basically a giant storm where a couple of different storms have kind of met up and combined their forces. First time I've lived here that the tornado siren ever went off, that it wasn't just the test on, Monday or Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it went off for like 3 minutes. It was pretty loud, and the sky was really ugly. I think there's video of it out there somewhere. I might try to find it and put it in here, somewhere in this area, maybe just behind us. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
I was hanging out with Teresa, and over where she lives, they had a funnel that came part way. It didn't touch down, but it knocked down a bunch of trees in her neighborhood. And that was kind of scary. But everybody seemed to be okay. Nobody got hurt, at least in our area. So that's good.
How are you doing? You look good today. You got something going on there with your hair that I like. And that thing on your face is adorable. Oh, that's your face. Well, it's adorable.
I would like to request again, if you can, please donate to my NAMI page for the National Association of Mental Health. They are a great organization. I do their 5K walk every year. And, you know, they provide advice. They offer free classes. They help you find resources. They do a lot of good for people, and they advocate for legislation for people with mental illness. So if you can, I would appreciate it.
I would also appreciate it. As somebody who has a lot of crazy things in his head, yeah, I would really appreciate it if you did that. And NAMI, as I've said before in the last video, is a really great organization. They do a lot of good work. I think something like 80% of their of the funds that they raise goes towards actually helping people that they're trying to help. And the other 20% goes towards, you know, paying the employees and all that stuff. But they've got like a super high rating with the charity watchdog groups, like in the 99s and stuff, you know, so they're pretty good. They're a trustworthy cause.
They are. For my stitchy totals for last month in May, I did 10,166 stitches. So pretty good considering it was still school time.
I burnt my hand restoring a cast iron pan.
You did that yesterday.
Yeah. It's not too bad though. Don't worry about it. She's a lot worried about it.
I do. I worry. But I guess that's partly my job, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Yeah. It should be a pretty short video today. I only really worked on 2 projects, or well, technically 3 projects since I saw you last. I had one finished, but it's already been shipped off. I finished my 10th sampler from that round of commission samplers for the designer, SS Prop Designs, I believe, if I remember correctly.
SS Prop Designs on FC.
Yeah.
Scott.
Yes, Scott is his name. So that was mailed off, and I had another order right on top of that. So that is my new start that I have for you today.
I know we've shown you this like a million times.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you even care about it anymore. Like,
yeah, if y'all don't want to see it anymore,
just
please let us
be
know.
like, no, enough with the you know, the samplers. We're done looking at them. It is a fun little sampler, and if you want to buy one, go buy one. But that just means she'll have to be stitching on it more, and I'll have to put it on camera more. And we're trying a whole new setup this time around. I got I'm recording 2 separate cameras and different programs, and man, we'll see how all this works out. I'll tell you, I'm real pleased with the way this green screen. It's not a proper green screen. It's just a bunch of green fabric we've hung up to the wall with thumbtacks.
Thank you, Joanne's.
Yeah, and I've got a microphone that's hiding behind a piece of construction paper right here, as you can see, which is fun. What else? You know, aside from some of the other medical stuff I've got going on that we probably, you know, can skip over for now until we know more about it.
Got to hang out with the kiddo virtually on Father's Day.
Yeah, we had a good time. I miss my monkey. She lives, you know, a couple hours away, and it's hard to get to see her, but with modern technology, it means I can hang out with her on the internet and have a good time. We usually, what do? We watched a movie, the new Ultraman movie.
We did watch the new Ultraman,
which is a great flick. If
that was really good, actually.
You know, it's just a good animated kids movie, and if you like kaiju movies with big monsters, it's awesome. But it's not just kaiju battles; it's about family and about you know, the responsibilities of family and things like that.
It had quite a few touching moments.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah.
Should we get on to the stitchy stuff?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right. I did forget to say that my finished project was my 6th finish for the year. So
far?
That. Yeah, so far.
It's June, so that's one a month.
That's one a month. That's not bad.
Not bad.
I hadn't even made that connection yet.
Yeah.
All right. So my new start for you. Got to put my notebook where you can't see it. Is the Shawshank sampler. I've gotten already 2,000 stitches in since I started it. And let's see, I started it on, when is that? The 3rd? Started on June 3rd, and I've already got 2,000 stitches in.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I admit, doing them back to back, it's hard to keep my motivation up to keep going because I just did it. But it's okay. Sometimes I don't get them for months at a time.
At least you're getting paid.
I am getting paid to do it.
You're getting paid.
And it came at a good time when we kind of needed it. I did get my fabric from a new source this time around because my LNS that would order it for me, of course, has gone out of business, as I let y'all know before. It's on 11 count. I think they say off-white Ada. I got it from Ritarene's Crossstich fabric on Facebook. Stitchy Rin let me know about her, and I got it. I ordered it, and it came within like a week. It was super fast, great customer service. So if you haven't checked her out, please do. So, you know, always good to help support like a little local independent business.
Indeed.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she's actually local to us.
Well,
but
not local to us. But,
independent businesses at any rate, right?
She's just a lady. I assume she's a lady. I guess I'm assuming a lot of things right now, but I assume she's a lady.
All right. So, as I said, not a lot to say about this. Shown it a few times, but I guess 2,000 stitches in just a couple of weeks isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
What's next?
Whips, I think.
Whips is next?
Whips is next.
Whips is next.
I only have 2 whips, other than my new start there. First, I'm going to show you the one that I haven't been getting to work on as much as I would like because of commissions, and my other whip has a deadline. My first whip I'm sharing with you is the deadlyaquariumSAL by Lola Crossstich. I started this for my birthday on April 20th. There are 17 colors in the frame, and there are 32 colors in all, and I'm doing it 2/2. It is on 32 count Sequoia by Atomic Ranch fabrics. This is my first piece of Atomic Ranch, and so far I'm loving it. It's soft, and the colors are just gorgeous.
I heard the words Atomic Ranch, and I just want a snack. Like some kind of spicy ranch dip or something.
Yeah, that would make a, or can you imagine like a sour ranch candy? Like the Atomic sour balls that we got as kids, but it's ranch flavor.
I don't know about that.
That might be a terrifying.
Candy and ranch. I don't know.
Does that sound good, does it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not my fault that they named some sour balls or Atomics.
What? The Atomic Fireballs.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good. I love anything Atomic because I'm a big Godzilla head. So you know.
You are.
Yeah. Atomic Monsters are my jam.
Yeah, they are.
That's true.
All right. So I think the last time I showed this, I had gotten down here to the green. I decided to go this way instead of try to finish this column because this would be easier to count with the green here because it has definite breakup points. And because I knew that the first exhibit was going to be in this area, and that way I could get started even if I hadn't finished the frame. When I get this exhibit in, then it will be easier to go back up and count that way, and I don't have to worry about messing up my counting because I've actually been struggling with counting quite a bit lately.
And we'll get into that with the next piece.
Oh my gosh, it's like my math skills vanished.
Right.
But I did, even though I was wanting to work on I needed to work on my commission, I wanted to work on my other whip, I did sneak in a little bit of exhibit 1. I had to do the skull. There's a little treasure chest over here. I'm sure most of you have seen this already because so many people are doing it. It's really fun watching all the different fabrics that people are choosing to see how they do it. I'm looking forward to getting to the pufferfish. And we've got a lionfish here that'll be over here.
I love a good lionfish.
Yeah?
Yeah. Always puts me in mind of Star Trek because Captain Picard has his lionfish, Livingston, that swims around in the background all the time. And I love that guy. I love watching him.
I don't know. I'm too busy paying attention to what's going on to pay attention to the fish in the background.
Yeah, but after a while, you've seen the episodes a million times, and you start looking at what's happening in the background. So, yeah, I love the lionfish. It's always been when I was in 5th grade, I wanted to be a marine biologist. So I got really into fish for a while. I wrote a short story about moray eels attacking divers. Because that's who I am. And then
I do like a good creature feature.
Yeah. And but yeah, I love fish and I love aquariums and I love lionfish. I think they're so cool looking. And I love these little seagulls. I think they're adorable. I like a little seagull.
One of the things that trips me out about living in Minnesota, since I didn't grow up here, is the number of seagulls we have. We are nowhere near the ocean.
No, yeah, but a lot of lakes, you know.
A lot of lakes, and they come up Mississippi, and the Great Lakes are right nearby.
Yeah, and the Great Lakes are just up there, so, you know.
But yeah, it tripped me out when I would be seeing not even close to a lake, and there's like seagulls in the parking lot.
Yeah. I have my favorite picture of a seagull that I took when I was visiting my mother, before she died. I'll put it in right here.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that is.
It's.
I'll have to look at it later.
Yeah, you'll see it when I put it in.
So, this is actually my plan after an event coming up, and I finish what I'm working on now. I think I'm going to dedicate this and try to get caught up.
Yeah.
Because it's really cool, and I cannot. I think sometime today I'm supposed to get another one.
I don't know.
I think Exhibit 5, and then there's a break week, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I have no idea. I don't pay attention to this stuff. She thinks I pay attention, but I don't.
It's not his bag.
It's not my thing.
But
I'm happy to be in this video.
Yeah.
And talk about it all.
Yeah. He definitely is supportive. It's just not his thing. Even though he's really good at design and color. So.
Well, I'm very happy to help design some cross-stitch pattern, which we're going to do in the future. At some point, we're going to get to that. But I like design and I like art. I just, the actual stitching part of it doesn't interest me all that much.
No, but he's really good with the colors. If I'm like, should I use this? Should I change this?
Yeah.
This I know is not a traditional green color of the ocean, but I just like the way the modeling does. I think it makes it feel kind of like.
Well, haunted.
And tide pools. It makes me think of tide pools.
Yeah.
So it seemed appropriate for a deadly aquarium.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward because
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
You don't drink Cokes anymore.
Oh, yeah. You owe me a glass of water.
Oh, I get you those all the time. But it kind of reminded me of a tidal pool, so I thought this would be perfect. So, working on this, and there's an index of all the different animals in it if you're not a part of the SAL, and it lets you know a little bit about where they live, what they like to eat, and exactly how dangerous they are. And I think once all the exhibits are out, I think I'll print out the whole index, but right now I'm just focusing on printing out the pattern pages so I don't waste a bunch of ink printing the same pages over and over again.
Like a terrified squid.
There'll be a squid later.
I'm just wasting ink. Like a terrified squid.
Yeah, I know. Oops, I inked.
Oh, I inked. You made me ink. All right, what's next?
Next is Frogwarts by the Black Needle Society.
Awesome.
This is where my counting has failed me.
Have you explained frogwarts to them before? I don't remember.
I don't think I have. A lot of them know. I learned about it from Accio Whips, Erica and Kevin.
Yeah.
They go together every year. So before I get into frogwarts, I did start this on May 4th, which is our child's birthday.
Ooh.
Yeah. So frogwarts is a virtual retreat that is Harry Potter themed, and they do one book a year, and they design a sampler piece for it, and there's contests. We play Quidditch, which is like a digital dive. You get extra points for finishes and for finishing, like this year is year 5, so if I finished year 5, I'd get like 100 house points. And there's a house cup competition, and there's video chatting, and there's stash dives where you can earn points, and there's dress up days, and you watch the movies, and there's stitching challenges with different themes, and you can win points for all of these things, and it's like a competition. You can win real prizes. It is my first retreat ever, and they are talking about they're waiting on one item, and they are supposed to ship out the boxes hopefully as early as Tuesday.
We're going to have an unboxing video.
We will.
Yeah, and Teresa will be here for that.
Yeah, so we can compare and see what we got that's the same and what we got that's different.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Teresa is also a huge Harry Potter fan. Probably a bigger Harry Potter fan than I am.
Quite possibly, yes.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. But her favorite movie is Willow. What does she know? I'm kidding, Teresa. I know you're watching this.
She watches all of them. So I kind of hooked her into cross-stitching with the letters from Hogwarts by cutting cross-stitch. And then I told her about this, and she's like, what? She also likes to compete. So she decided, yeah, let's do it. And I just learned that there's going to be a real retreat for year 8. So an in-person retreat. So crossing my fingers that I can go.
Saving our pennies.
Yeah. And it's just a couple of states away. So it's not far. All right. So let's get into the details of my frogwarts piece so far. They came out one a year. Some people are doing them one by one. Some people are doing it all together like I am. And some people are doing it one by one for during the retreat. And then they have a separate piece that they call their pretty version that they're doing outside of the retreat when they're not rushing to finish for the competitions. So yeah, it's apparently very intense. They recommend taking the day after the retreat off because you're going to be exhausted. So I did take the weekend off. I don't usually take days off of work, but I'm like, it's my first retreat. I'm doing it. All right. So I got stonewashed by Seraphim in 36 count for this. There are 36 colors and I'm doing it 2/2. I'm also including the footprints by Nautalota Stitches or NLA Stitches on Instagram. I had some counting issues and I almost cried. I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
It was very heartbreaking. So I started out with doing the footprints and I went across, came around, got all the way back over here. And then I realized that my last footprint here was going to be like over here somewhere. And I was like, oh crap. And I had to figure out where I messed up. Where I messed up was somewhere up here, like the 8th footprint. So I had also gotten a good part of the basilisk's head over here in year 2. I had to frog it all. So I frogged all of it out. I decided, okay, well, I know that this is all lined up correctly. I'll start from here. And I got this lined up and this was perfect. And then I went over this way and I got all the way back up to here and it was one row off, or one column off, I should say. I was like, oh crap. I messed up again. You know what? It's just one stitch. I'll fudge it. And then I started doing the Weasley's house here. And I realized that I made the next footprint, the 4th footprint, with one to the left. And I was checking and looking and I was going to be a little too close for comfort. So now I'm frogging all these feet again and I'm just going to fix them as I go. And I'm going to focus on just making sure all the left is lined up and starting. Somebody was like, well, we could just get together and fudge it. And I'm glad I didn't try that with my first mistake because the ends of the pieces would never have fit over here if I had done that.
Yeah, we could have fudged it just fine if this stuff right here wasn't already here.
Yeah.
But because it is, there's just no way to make room for that stuff over there.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, so you'd have to do all of this
when
too.
I had a 1/2 inch error over here, there was no way this would have been way too short. And can you imagine getting to the end and realizing it was too short? And I'm trying to get down to year 5 because we're going to start June 30th as a group on year 5. So my goal is to get to year 5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on the left hand side. I'm going to work my way. I'm going to do the left hand motifs all the way to the next year, work on the footprints just enough to get started and keep working my way down. And then once I've got down to where I could start year 5 on the 30th, I can go back and fill in. And a lot of the prompts, all but 6 prompts, can be filled either with year 5 or one of the other years. So that way I can get extra stitches, because penalty stitches, you get 1 house point for every 50 stitches in an hour. And if you take penalty stitches, it's 1 house point for 25. So you get like half the points.
I don't know, rules are fake. Rules are fake.
Rules are kind of fake, but that's what makes the competitions fun, right?
I'm an old punk rocker. I have no idea. Rules are fake.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism, you. All right. Sorry, I just wanted to use that word. I don't get many excuses to word.
I don't think it's the correct word.
It's not, but it's a fun word to say.
I'm pro disestablishment.
Yes, that is true.
I'm anti-establishment.
You are anti-establishment.
I am. I hate power. Power. It's not even power structures I hate, because I recognize the need for rules. It's just I don't like systems of control, especially unnecessary ones.
All right.
We're about halfway through the video now.
We are.
I was probably about halfway through. Probably about halfway through. This is like where we do the like and subscribe bit. So
ring the bell.
Ring the bell. There's a bell, right? You know how YouTube works at this point. If you're here, you're probably familiar with YouTube. There, you're watching other videos, and people are like, "Please like, please subscribe." So we're gonna do that. Please like, please subscribe, please ring the bell. Do all that kind of stuff.
Especially since we only get out a video about once a month. Yeah,
only once a month. You gotta keep up with us if you want to. Or don't, I guess, if you don't like us. But I wish you would like us. Please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.
So, it is our Flossiversary episode. We've been doing this for 1 year. I hope the videos have been getting better.
They've definitely gotten better. Those first ones were awful. The video was terrible. And that's not even because we have bad cameras. We have the same cameras we have now. I just didn't know how to use them properly. But now I do.
It's been fun getting to know the people. I'm starting to make some Stitchy friends. I'm hoping to have more Stitchy friends.
Which is the whole point of this. We don't really care about monetization. We'll probably be selling some patterns eventually. But really, it's really mostly about just finding community for her and her hobby.
And partly so he doesn't have to listen to it so much.
And so I don't have to listen. So I don't have to listen to it so much. I'm just kidding. I don't mind that.
He doesn't mind, and he loves what I make. It's just that it's not his thing, and he doesn't want to hear it.
And I like making these videos. I love the video editing. I've been teaching. I knew nothing about it when I started. I learned something new, as I've said before. Every single video, I've already learned a lot of new things just setting this video up. And with our failed experiment from the previous video, I learned a lot with this green screen, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I already know how to do green screen effects, which is neat.
It is.
I'm pretty happy about all of it. I really enjoy making these videos.
You do.
I do.
In honor of our Flossiversary, we thought we would do some giveaways. It is also our 13th episode, which is a good lucky number for me. At least it usually is. These are going to be U.S. only due to shipping costs.
No foreigners, especially you Canadians.
Yeah.
I can hear you up there at night sharpening your skates, coming down to steal our cheese. It's our cheese and you can't have it.
Make sure you are 18 so that I can legally ask for your address. Do not use giveaway or free in your comments because we don't want to attract spam bots. So I think it's time to share with you the giveaway items. All right, so our first giveaway are these 2 booklets. I do a lot of spooky stuff, so I'm guessing a lot of my subscribers also like spooky Halloween kind of stuff.
You would figure, right?
Yeah. We've got this Stony Creek collection of Booville Express. It is from 2003. It's got these 7 patterns in here on the front.
I'll put in some close-ups for you. Boop, 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 boop. There's some close-ups for you. Because these are a little blurry for some reason. I don't know what's going on. We don't know why.
We were trying to trouble solve it, and we were like,
running out of time. Yep. It's Friday. We got Joe Bob to watch in a just a little bit. So we're trying to get this out of the way so we can watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have the Sugar Plum Express Season Greetings Diary. It has 12 different patterns, and they are also shown on the front. I think that the little Halloween trick-or-treat bags are adorable.
I like these witches.
Yeah, I know.
I always like little witches. I don't know why.
And look at the little kitty peeking out.
I know, it's cute.
If I was doing
it looks a bit Dwimmerish.
Yeah, I would just change the black to gray and make it Dwimmer.
Oh, Dwimmer.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't bugged us.
Yeah, he hasn't given us any hassle since we've been in here.
He must be napping.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because just when we were doing all the setup, he was in here bugging us. I don't know. All right, so there are the 2 Halloween ones. If you would like to win these, please put in Halloween in your comments somewhere. I am going to say that you can only win one, but you can enter to win any of them that you wish.
I mean, unless nobody enters, and then...
Yeah, if you're the only person that enters, then I guess you get all of them.
Yeah.
All right, the second giveaway I have is Dreamscape, The Castle by Teresa Winsler. This is a pattern from 1989. I've seen a few people stitching this. Again, it is a beautiful piece. I was very excited about it when I got it, but my style taste have changed a little bit. I did do her Oriental Dragon which was a much more elaborate piece, and I gave it to my sister and her husband for a wedding present. So my taste have moved along more that way than this one. I mean, this is still beautiful, but it's just, I'm pretty sure I'll never get around to it, so I thought I would pass the stash. If you are interested in this one, please put dragon in your comments somewhere. If you are one of those people who are wanting to participate in the Year of the Dragon SAL and you haven't started yours yet, maybe this could be it.
Also, again, as a big kaiju fan, I like a giant lizard attacking a city.
Yeah. And castles were basically just walled cities.
Oh, yeah.
So, classic Teresa Winsler here. Because it is our 13th episode, I decided that our last giveaway should be a vintage bundle from 1988, the year that we were 13 years old. I know some people are really into the vintage patterns. I have 2 books here for you. One is Crossstich and Country. There are 23 projects in here. It is from July and August of 88. I have actually made this stocking. I have the set of all of these Victorian stockings. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it looked really good. Who'd you give it to? Do you remember? It was a long time ago.
It was, I think it was it Jenny's first kid?
Yeah, maybe.
Or was it one of my other friends' kids?
I don't know.
This is kind of what
either my sister or somebody. Who cares?
A long time ago. I have a picture of it somewhere with the kid's name. I think it was Hunter.
Maybe.
I think it was Hunter. And then there are some other things. I might look through it with you here in just a second. Then there is this 1988 Holidays in Crossstich book by Vanessa Ann. There are 45 different designs in here.
Let's flip through them.
Do you need a personalized luggage tag? There's one in here for you.
That's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because so many of the commercial ones look exactly the same as everybody else's.
Yeah.
That would make it personalized. Here's a way to make 3D flowers using Crossstich, this is the only time I've seen it is in this magazine. Kind of reminds me of the paper flowers you could construct, but with Crossstich. So that's kind of interesting if you're interested in 3D. A simple bird bath if you like gardening or birds.
That's pretty.
That is pretty. A country alphabet. There's like pigs and farm equipment and veggies.
I feel like the alphabet ones around here for your school stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make great welcome signs for a classroom or a library. Now this is a way to display your pen collection. If you are a child of the 80s, you will remember the big fad of collecting your own pens. These are set up to share that collection. I was thinking that if you wanted, you could adapt this and make it for needle minders.
We were big on pens in the 80s.
We were.
Oh, yeah, we were covered in them.
Pens and keychains.
Yeah.
And friendship bracelets.
Friendship bracelets.
And do you remember the friend pens where you would have the different beads that were the different colors that you would put and give it to your friend, and like certain things meant certain, like, I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I don't remember what the different colors stood for.
I don't either. Yes.
Oh, and slap bracelets, which are back. Slap bracelets are back.
Yeah. Well, they've always been around. You know, they come in and out.
There's the picture for that one. Oh yeah, for some reason the picture for that next pattern is at the back. I don't know. Here is a very old school horse. I think my favorite part of this is the horseshoe frame, which I'm sure you can't get anymore unless you look out at an antique shop or something.
Yeah, think about that. It is a nice frame.
It is a nice frame. Yeah, that's my favorite part. There's much prettier horse designs modern, but that frame is pretty cool. Sometimes it's just the concepts in these old ones that are really interesting. Here is a little picture. Looks like some black work and stuff and some specialty stitches of a mom tucking her kid in, and we've got Handmade with Love, which they then show you can turn into like putting into your projects. And then we've got some towels. They had a contest for people to submit towel designs. And then Americana. I like the watermelon. You can't have 4th of July without watermelon.
Oh, I do love watermelon.
Watermelon is yummy.
Yummy.
Now I'm curious about the doll.
Looks like something my Aunt Ray would make.
Yeah, it looks like a little rag doll that you just made out of stuff lying around your house.
I don't know if Aunt Ray's watching this, but hi, Aunt Ray, if you're watching this. I know that my cousin Rose said that she would subscribe to us, but I don't know if they actually watch. I haven't really followed up on that idea.
Final piece of the giveaway. I inherited this from my grandmother. I'm probably not going to take the address sticker out because she passed away more than 10 years ago. I should maybe mark it out though.
I'll just cover it up. It's fine.
No, I meant when I send the book out.
Oh yeah, you should probably do that. Yeah.
All of these little designs that are on the outside of the book are actually the patterns are in the very back of the book. So there's a table of contents. There's some interesting holidays in there that I didn't even know were holidays. And just in case you need the dates. If you need a calendar from back in the day. We have the Three Kings Day here, bearing gifts.
Ah, some wise guys, eh?
Apple Pie Day. Apple pie is always good. If you have not tried apple pie and replaced the top crust with a bacon lattice, please do. It is delicious.
It's very tasty. Although I prefer cake.
Yes. Well, you're getting cake. In just over a week. So deal with it.
I look forward to it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Lemon cake with strawberry buttercream icing. That's what you asked for.
In the last 6 months specifically, I've given up sugar of all kinds for the most part. Not entirely, but I don't eat really candy or anything like that. I put sugar in my coffee, and that's about it. And so I'm really looking forward to cake.
Well, and it's your birthday. You should have cake.
Yeah, it will be my birthday. It'll be awesome. All I want is cake.
All you want is cake.
Cake, butter and sugar and flour and eggs.
Here is a wreath of little hearts, which are really kind of cute. They might make good pincushions, or if you do potpourri, this would be a cute way to put the potpourri in so that it's more attractive than just a little sack. This is a little cross-stitch wall-hanging quilt. There's like 3 of these in here, and they all use the exact same colorway. So I guess Vanessa Ann really likes this colorway. A lover sampler for Valentine's Day. Need a little Mardi Gras in your life? Got some Mardi Gras masks for you.
It's always Fat Tuesday around here.
Well, it's less fat than it was a month ago.
It's true. I've lost 30 pounds.
You have.
30 pounds in the last 6 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I do know there are a couple of floss tubers who really like clowns.
I mean, whatever makes you happy. It makes me think of Poltergeist, personally.
Yeah. Especially vintage
But most
clowns.
things do.
Yeah, that's true. And I thought it was really funny because this was not my intention, but it was also the year of the dragon when we were 13 years old.
I suppose it was.
Yeah, and so this is the Chinese New Year dragon design from this 1988.
What's that he's got there?
He's got like some party strings, it looks like.
Is it just, maybe that's just Threadgore the Bobbinator.
It could be Threadgore the Bobbinator.
I think it might be Threadgore the Bobbinator.
It might be. But we've got, like, there's a piece of these are like pieces of embroidery thread that they just stuck on, like. And
Looks like Threadgore the Bobbinator to me.
Yeah, and then these look like origami. They're just triangles, but that looks like paper rather than fabric. So I thought that was an interesting design. And there's a bachelor day, and for some reason bachelor means wild animals. Fair Game, it's called. Oh, and it only happens every 4 years because it's on February 29th. Move that a little bit. And for Johnny Appleseed Day, they have a classic apple orchard.
That guy. Oh, I'm going to plant apples because I'm such a good person. But he was really pulling off a land grab.
Mm-hmm. Because if you cultivated the land, it was yours.
That being said, we got a lot of apples.
We did. Kiss Me, I'm Irish. Look on her face.
She's very surprised by those balloons.
She is.
It's like Pennywise the Clown standing just out of frame.
Oh, those are the wrong color for Pennywise.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying.
Or though maybe he was celebrating St. Patrick's Day that year.
Are they though, Amy? Are they the wrong color?
I don't think red and green get confused on the internet like blue and, what is it, blue and yellow? These are actually really cute. These little alphabet blocks.
You made some like that, not those, but some like that
No,
for your sister's kid.
I did.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't use the stocking that I made her oldest son.
Yeah.
So I made...
your sister's a... Hi, Barbara.
She doesn't watch.
I know she doesn't watch.
Yes, I made a beautiful stocking for my oldest nephew.
But in case she does, hi, Barbara.
And it didn't match, so they didn't use it. And so when she got pregnant a second time, I made a set of baby blocks. Then those got used by her twins as well, so they got well used. And for the twins, I made bibs with their names in Vulcan.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I like these eggs.
Yeah. Those are really cute. Like fake Fabergé eggs.
Yeah, the eggs are cool.
I feel sorry for the bunny. Where's his head? Like, he's missing part of his head. Here is Jesus and the children.
Well, Jesus loves the little children.
He does.
All the little children of the world.
Yeah, he does.
Red, yellow, black and white.
Right.
Green, purple.
They are all precious
Chartreuse.
in his sight.
Toast.
Well, everybody likes toast, a good buttered toast.
Buttered toast.
See, here is another one of those where you make the designs, but it is tulips. Same colorway, though. Although I guess if you wanted, you could mix them up and mix the hearts with the tulips.
Never put your tulips on the children.
No, that would be bad.
The police don't like it.
Here is some bunnies with balloons. Those are really cute. Very cartoony, very nursery kind of.
Sort of Grateful Dead looking almost.
Oh, you're right.
Like the bears.
They do. They look like the Grateful Dead bears. You're right.
It reminds me of the Grateful Dead bears. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that until today. Some birds for May Day.
Birdie.
Birdie, birdie, birdie.
Birdie, birdie.
Bird. Birdie. Birdie, birdie.
The Shetland pony. Here is a little farmyard thing for National Pet Week. Although I think that's really unfair to have for National Pet Week since most farm animals you use for food and they're not really pets.
I like to eat them.
I do too.
Oh, yes. We ate some delicious hamburgers just a while ago.
We did.
Oh, yes, they were good.
They were very good.
I loved them. I made them myself. They were delicious. Smash burgers. So good.
Yep. These are listed as for Mother's Day. I think they're quite interesting. I like the blues. This feels like Christmas to me, and this feels very Hanukkah to me, though.
I know. I got the blues so bad.
Thank Your Teacher Week. You've got a little classic schoolhouse. My grandmother actually taught in a one-room schoolhouse. She was going to school. She went off and got her little teacher certificate way back in the day. And then she went back and was teaching kids she had just been to school with like the year before. And she was now their teacher. But, you know, that's life in the old days.
My kindergarten was pretty small.
Yeah?
It wasn't that small, but it was a K through 12 in Kentucky.
In one building?
Yeah, it was one big building, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a one-room schoolhouse, but it was still pretty small.
Yeah. Here is just some stuff for school days. Different scenes from school. Here is a picture for Father's Day. I actually, I love the way they did this with the old pocket watch and the old style photographs and frames. Some of the composites that they did for these to show off the pieces are, some of the photography is really nice. Some of that I like better than some of the designs. But, you know, vintage isn't my thing. At least not this kind of vintage. State Fair, celebrating the State Fair.
Yay! The State Fair. I hate the State Fair.
It's too crowded.
It's so crowded, especially here in Minnesota. Oh man, I don't know about other state fairs, other places, but here the Minneapolis State Fair is like crazy busy.
It is crazy busy.
Crazy busy, and I just cannot deal with that many people.
Thank you for going with me that one time since I hadn't been.
Yeah, they had all that sewing stuff that you wanted to see, and that was great. And we walked around, and it was fun, but I don't ever need to do it again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe
unless there's roller coasters to get on, I don't want to be around that many people.
Unless I can get my stuff in the State Fair.
Well, if that would have happened, then yes. But you know how those people are.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it has to be a charted design. They didn't take my original.
Well, I just know they didn't like your Calvin blanket.
No, they didn't.
Bastards.
Here
I kid.
National Aviation Day, and they chose hot air balloons instead of an airplane.
Well, you know, the Montgolfier brothers were way more important. The Wright brothers were obviously the more important.
Don't forget the Wright sister, because she's the one that financed their stuff.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the Montgolfier brothers, the first manned balloon flight. Anyway.
Yeah. The Wright sister was even more important than the Wright brothers because she funded them. I don't think
that's true. But
she funded them.
That may be the case, but she didn't build a damn airplane, so I think they're probably
but they couldn't have built the airplane without
They
their
couldn't.
money.
I will give you equal, but not more important.
I actually kind of like this one. I just think the way they framed it, not the framing itself, but the
composition
of the design itself. Thank you for helping me with my words.
You're welcome.
Here's one to make a memory book cover, which I know a lot of you are already doing that with your pieces, and you do your little teeny tinies in your stuff.
America.
This is for the Summer Olympics, which is also this year.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And I know I saw somebody has created some challenges to go along with the different events in the Summer Olympics. Maybe I'll join in with that as a way to get some more work on my pieces, because I don't want to start anything else this year. I have plans for next year. Here is a quote for little boys, about little boys for Universal Children's Day. I am not going to try to read it. But here's one for little boys, and then I think there's another one on the next page for little girls. Yes, there are. And of course, the girl one involves dollies. Because back in the 80s, of course, if you were a girl, you had a doll. Of course, I guess it's probably pretty true today, too.
Hey, man, little girls like dolls.
They do.
Little boys like dolls, and it used to be normal for little boys to play with dolls back in the, probably before the 50s. Mm-hmm. Everything kind of went crazy after the 50s. But, Stepford, the Stepfordization of America.
Well, 100 years ago, girls weren't allowed to wear red and boys weren't allowed to wear blues.
Oh yeah, pink was a boy's color.
Pink was a boy's color.
Pink was a boy's color. And at some point it flipped. Yeah, now we're...
That's why Dorothy's dress is blue and white gingham.
Yeah, it's true. It flipped, and now we're all hung up on it for some weird reason.
Here is Sweetest Day.
Which is a made-up holiday. Made up to sell more greeting cards.
Yeah. Here is Pumpkin Day, October 29th. And you've got a little pumpkin harvest here. Kind of matches the apple orchard.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's a very similar composition. Like the trees are, I think, in the same places.
Well, it might be. We'd have to go back and look.
We'd have to go, but I'm not doing that. I love this. I think is my favorite picture in this whole book. The little girl's face. It gets me every time. I think they had a real fun time at this photo shoot.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And on this is just a series of little minis to put on your trick-or-treat bags. Very cute little miniature designs for your trick-or-treat bags. Election Day, which is also this year. There's so many things that are lining up in this book from this year. Like Year of the Dragon,
Yeah.
Election Day, Leap Year, a sampler for Thanksgiving, which unfortunately is on the crease. I didn't put it there.
I did. It was me. When I was 13 years old, I had a lot of input on magazines for some reason.
Yeah. Here is a beautiful Hanukkah piece.
That is pretty cool.
It's quite lovely. I like the wee thing at the top.
Good old Chinooka.
Here is some samplers with Christmas geese on them. Geese are actually not very nice.
They can't hear you if you whisper.
I said geese are not actually very nice.
Everybody knows.
They're mean.
We know they're mean. They made a whole video game about how geese are mean.
I really like this little girl hugging her Christmas puppy. Here is for Come All Ye Faithful.
That being said, don't give people pets as gifts. It's a responsibility, you know.
She's an angel, so I'm sure she'll take good care of it.
That's a good point.
She's not actually a little girl. She's a little angel. Although she might be a weeping angel because her eyes are closed.
She's awful colorful if she's a weeping angel.
She is.
Watching a lot of Doctor Who right now.
We are. Here is a Christmas tree wall hanging where you do each of the little motifs and quilt it. And then a couple of Christmas stockings with angels on them. I might cut off that part if I was to do it and just do the kids playing in the snow. You could totally do that. People do it all the time.
You could doodly do that.
Doodly do. Here is Father Frost, another Santa Claus name, I'm assuming.
Grandfather Winter.
Grandfather Winter.
Great Father Winter. The Hog Father.
Papa Noel. What's the German one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I used to know. There was a time where I wanted to get all the different, there's a series of Santa Clauses from around the world that somebody did as cross-stitch. And some of them were quite beautiful. And at one point I wanted to do them, but not so much now. I don't really decorate for Christmas much anymore. Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and it's got, you could do this part standalone, or you could do it with the musical notes for the first line of the song.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn king.
And then I'm Yours Forever, the same color way with pine trees.
Pine trees aren't brown.
It is if they're infected with something. And
Well, lots of things are brown if they're infected with something.
that's true. And that is the end of that book.
They have these motifs on in the back there too.
Yep.
And those are pretty cool. Like you can get all these little guys. They're
My
scattered
favorite is
throughout
the
book.
pineapple.
Yeah, the pineapple's cool.
I like pineapples though.
Yeah.
So, if you are interested in the 1988 magazine and motif book, put vintage in your comment. You will have 2 weeks from the date this is posted. If we get this up on time, then you will have till July 21st at midnight. I will then pull from the people that commented, and we will do a random name picker of some kind. Maybe just draw a number out of a hat, I don't know. And I will post a video announcing the winners, and I will also comment on your original comment to let you know that you won. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Oh wait, let's back up and go to plans. We've done the stitching. We've done the giveaway. Now, time for plans.
Plans?
Yeah, are those nebulous intentions?
Nebulous intentions? Yeah.
Because I rarely stick with my plans when it comes to cross stitching. I get distracted. Squirrel!
Right.
not uncommon because you want to stitch all the things.
ADHD Amy.
Well, yeah. So I was planning on doing my Shawshank sampler as fast as I could. I changed my mind and I'm alternating one day on that, one day on frogwarts, just to keep my sanity because I've done another one of those so recently. I've picked out my projects to do for the challenges in frogwarts that aren't already met by one of the years of the sampler patterns. I've got to get that all organized before the retreat begins. I'm very excited about the retreat. I have already met a couple of people through Facebook. I'm really looking forward to making some stitchy friends at the retreat and going on my first retreat. I'm a little nervous though because I'm terrible at small talk. And so, I am a little nervous about how that will go. So we shall see. I'm hoping it goes well. And Teresa's going with me, but there's a good chance we won't be in the same house or on the same team. So I might not get to see her much during the retreat, which would make things easier because I already know somebody. I'm both nervous and excited about that retreat. But I think it'll be a good time. You'll get ignored a little bit during that week, sorry.
That's all right. I'll play some video games or, do some writing or video editing or whatever it is I got going on. I got lots of interests.
You do. Next is shout outs. And of course, we can always move the giveaways to the end if we wish.
I can put anything anywhere you want me to put it.
I know.
Put it in your butt if you like.
All right, shout outs. I have 2 shout outs for you this week. First is the hiking stitcher, Erin. I actually met her through the Frogwarts Facebook group. My Owl Post partner, Owl Post is they connect 2 people going to the retreat together, usually a first year with somebody who's been before so that you kind of know somebody and it's a little less stressful. And you have a little bit of support and you can get some tips on what to do if you're a first year. My partner did not respond right away and I posted I posted a thing, hey, hasn't this happened to anybody else? And she's like, oh yeah, it happens sometimes. If you don't hear from your partner, feel free to contact me. She's very nice, made me feel very welcome. She is from Virginia. She gave in to starting a Flosstube after she went to StitchCon. So she only has 2 videos up. She's very nice, very friendly. Very welcoming to newcomers at Frogwarts, so you should check her out. She also has a lot of really fun projects. Although her first video is mostly about StitchCon and her experience there. My second...
Well, that could be interesting.
Yeah. Lets you know what a retreat's like. So that was pretty fun. Because I think that was her first retreat too. I'll have to go back and look again, but...
I'm just saying, for the people at home, they might find it interesting to find out about that.
Yeah. Well, StitchCon's huge. Yeah. I think I was talking to you about it. It's kind of like E3 or the big gaming thing.
Yeah. It's
so big they have to have multiple weekends because too many people sign up.
Yeah,
and you only get one weekend.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah.
I think
it sounds cool, if you're into stitching.
Yeah.
I don't really do cons anymore.
No.
Not since that damn Casper Van Dien. Casper Van Dien.
Oh yeah, that was a fun time though. I had a good time at the horror convention.
That was alright.
It was alright.
We met Kawato.
We did.
That was fun.
Kawato.
Yeah.
And Lee Majors.
And Lee Majors, yes.
Yeah, that was fun. All right, my second recommendation for you is the runner stitcher, Andrew. Really cute projects, great energy, very positive and uplifting. Does a variety of things. Fancy ladies, samplers, SALs. Is trying beading, does seasonal stitching. Also a runner, competitive runner. I used to run, not competitively, just for some exercise and to enjoy nature a bit.
It's not entirely true. She did track in high school, so kind of competitively.
Right, but not 5Ks or anything like that. Saying. I have done a couple of volunteer fun runs. I did a zombie fun run that was a fundraiser for the Red Cross. And we went to a mud thing and you had flags on and the zombies would try to take your flags off. I did not survive. I almost did though. Got too close to the end. But it was reminding me how much I love to run, watching him talk about his running journey, but I got plantar fasciitis in both of my feet, and I'm trying to get recovered from that before I start running again so that I don't re-injure it and make it impossible. I don't think I'll get to a marathon, which I would have liked to do at one point, but I think I'm just getting too old to build up that much running. But I would like to do like 5Ks regularly, not for racing or anything, just for health and exercise. So, but it was making me remember how much I enjoyed doing that. So I'm hoping that I can get my stuff healed up so I can do that at least a little bit again.
Right.
It's nice. It's quiet. My brain gets quiet when I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, we have the treadmill, but it's not the same.
It isn't the same because you're inside, and at least for me, my strides aren't the same.
I totally get that.
And so so it doesn't. I don't get the full stride, which I don't get the same stretch and stuff. So I mean, it's good for walking, like when it's really cold and just to keep moving. But I prefer running outside. It's more relaxing to be out in the nature.
Yeah. What's next?
Books and movies.
Books and movies.
Books and movies.
I love movies.
I know you do. I actually don't have any books for you this time. I've read a few, but none of them were. Ooh, I've got to tell everybody about these books.
You should read the Raw Shark texts. Yeah.
That's a really good one. I haven't read that in a while.
Yeah, me neither. It's been a while since I read it, but it's one of my favorite books that I've ever read.
It's weird.
It's about a guy who's being hunted by the conceptual idea of a shark, not an actual shark. The conceptual idea of a shark. Yeah,
it like comes out of walls made out of the words from a book and attacks him.
Yeah, it's really cool. The only thing I could really compare it to would be House of Leaves.
Which is also excellent.
Which is something everybody should read too.
And I've met him twice.
Mark Z. Danielewski, the author of House of Leaves.
Yep, yeah. I've met him twice and got him to sign 2 copies of that book.
yeah. I've got his signature twice in one of my hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He writes a bunch of other books too, but boy, they get pretty crazy after House of Leaves.
What was the
Only Revolutions?
Only Revolutions, which is like a story of Romeo and Juliet, but they're eternal immortals.
Sort of. It's the tale. It's an epic poem. It's actually 2 epic poems. One told from the male point of view, one told from the female point of view. The male character,
how
the
many
female
pages?
Character. And they're eternal immortal teenagers. They're sort of like the avatar, the spirits of teenage love. And
hence my reference to Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. And you have to read like 8 pages of one, and then you physically rotate the book, and you read 8 pages of the other, and you keep doing that through the course of the story. And then also, he wrote one called The 50-Year Sword, which is even weirder, and I don't even want to begin to explain how you're supposed to read that one.
I don't know how you're supposed to read that one.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
Isn't that the one with the...
It's the entire story is told in quotations, and it's told in nesting quotes, which means that sometimes there are multiple characters saying the same things at the same time. And the only way to differentiate who's talking at any given time is the color of the quotes in the book on the paper.
Is that the one that has like the embroidery stuff on the front?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah. So, and then he has a whole nother series that didn't even get finished because it was like 27 books. Like
he got a bit.
He likes to do experimental. He likes to experiment with the format of literature and books and grammar and and then his sister Poe, who is a musician, wrote a entire album to go with the House of Leaves, and it is a soundtrack for the book. And she's an amazing musician. Poe. Even away from her brother's stuff. If you have not heard her and you like music,
I wish she had done more music.
So
she did a couple big ones in the 90s, but I don't think she's done much since then.
I don't think she has.
Yeah, but it's I really love Poe. I think
she's got a beautiful voice.
Walk the Walk, I think, is one of my favorite songs. Yeah,
that is a great song.
Yeah.
All right, so I didn't have any books for you, but he did. For movies, in the last couple of weeks, or last month, I guess, we watch a lot of TV, a lot of movies. It's a great, way to spend time together without having to go out. So But there are two that really struck me since the last time we filmed. Boy Kills World, directed by Moritz Moore?
Something like that. Moritz Moore, yeah.
Moritz Moore. It stars Bill Skarsgård. You might know him as Pennywise. And Jessica Roth, I'm not sure how to say it, and she starred in Happy Death Day.
Yeah, those are good movies.
It is the story of a boy whose family is murdered in front of him. He is a deaf mute, and he is being trained to avenge himself on the killer of his family. He and his sister, when they were very small, played Street Fighter in an old arcade, and he used the narrator.
Well, a Street Fighter-like game.
Yes. Yeah, because copyright.
Yeah, it wasn't literally Street Fighter. It was very similar to Street Fighter.
And they don't actually use the original narration from the real game. They use H. John Benjamin.
Yeah, Bob from Bob's Burgers or Archer from Archer, depending on,
And so Bill doesn't say a word the whole movie. He's got an internal monologue that is voiced by H. John Benjamin, because that is in this world who voiced the Street Fighter game.
But Skarsgård's acting is so good because he acts with his face a lot. So like, even though he's not delivering the lines, the way he's moving his face and the way he's moving his eyes, you can tell that he's got the lines in his head while he's
he does some excellent face acting.
That's so good, yeah.
Yeah. It is beautifully shot. Great characterization, I would say.
It's the director's first movie. It was very impressive for her first outing.
Yeah. So it is very stylized. It almost has a comic book feel, but it doesn't feel silly. It's just like the way the choreography is beautifully done. The fights feel real.
It's a bit silly.
And there are bits times that are a bit
very
silly.
very much an action comedy.
Yes. It also gets kind of gory.
It gets very intensely gory with the fights towards the end. There's a lot of limb cutting and knife ripping and
but very little blood.
And no, there's a lot of blood. You're just not really thinking about it all that much.
That's true.
Anyway, it gets a little gory towards the end, but I recommend watching it anyway. Just look away from those scenes. Because the rest of the movie is so much fun and so fun to look at and so funny. It's really funny.
And there's some twists. A couple of them that even took us by surprise.
Yeah, it's very well. I kind of called a bit of it, but then it double twisted on me, and I was unprepared for that double twist.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is our first recommend. Second is a French movie. It's a French shark movie called Under Paris.
She loves shark movies.
I love creature features in general.
Yeah, she loves shark movies for real.
If he wants me to get to watch a horror movie and I'm not really in the mood for one, if he suggests a creature feature, almost always there. The shark looks amazing. Too many of the shark movies today, the CGI shark just looks like crap.
I mean, it still looks like a CGI shark, but it's a good-looking CGI
Right.
shark.
It doesn't look like a rubber toy you would find in a kid's bathroom.
This is not a big-budget Hollywood flick.
No.
It's a French...
But they did a really good job with a smaller budget.
It is in French.
You will have to read it.
So you'll have to read the subtitles. But it is also monster sharks underneath France in the
catacombs.
In the catacombs, which is a lot of fun.
Yes. It is directed by Javier Gens. I'm not sure how to say it. And then you will if you are a fan of A Knight's Tale, you will probably recognize the star, Bernicia Bejo.
I don't speak their fancy French language.
She was Christiana in A Knight's Tale, the handmaid to the princess lady. And she was listed as Bernice there. They Americanized her name. She does a really good job. There's a couple of characters you just want to wring their necks because they're being so stupid.
It's a female-driven movie. Like
the
main characters are the driving forces of the film are all female.
Yep. And there's some backstory because she's a shark scientist and her team gets murdered before the pre-credits sequence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not a spoiler because they die in the pre-credits sequence.
Yeah, that's the opening.
Before the movie even starts, and then watch after the credits because the story's kind of continued in the credits.
You want to watch through the credits, not just after the credits.
Yeah, watch through the credits. It doesn't have an after credit sequence like a Marvel movie. The story is continued through the entire credit sequence at the end of the movie.
Sort of. There's a lot of implications.
There are implications, indeed. like it doesn't talk to you, but it shows you stuff in the credits, behind the credits, that kind of show you what the story was.
It's pretty trope-tacular. It steals from all the best shark movies, Deep Blue Sea and Jaws,
but it does it well.
But it does it, I thought, really well. I mean, are there parts of it where you're like, why is that? What's going? Yeah, but it's a monster movie. Let it go, man.
Yeah, it's like there are parts that are like, oh, they're just jumping the shark, and literally, and there's some over-the-top action sequence that they were kind of silly, but also really engaging, and you kind of want to laugh just because it's like so over the top, but at the same time, it's so amazing.
I thought the scene where they put Henry Winkler in a catapult and launched him across the Seine was a bit much, but still a little film. I'm kidding, that didn't happen.
That was a Happy Days episode. Where the term "jump the shark" comes from, actually.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was a fun little shark monster movie.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. All right, well, that is all we have for you today. We are going to go watch Joe Bob.
It's Sex Ed Week on the last drive-in.
So don't know what movie it is
exactly what that means, but last time it was Donnie Darko, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we'll.
But
see
we've seen that before, so.
Yeah. I've seen Donnie Darko, I've seen the director's cut, I've seen the director's commentary, which you don't, because it explains too much, and then the movie's not as good if you understand what's happening. So don't do that. Just watch the theatrical cut and be happy. It's going to be fun. So we're going to do that.
Yeah. And then an unboxing video coming, probably a reaction video to the retreat. And then maybe my next Flosstube. All right. If you have not, please like, comment, or subscribe. Not or subscribe.
Do all the things.
Do all the things.
As many of them as you can. I respond to anybody who talks to me. So if anybody wants to talk to me, I'm there.
Yep. We really do love the comments. I would love more comments. Share with me what you're doing. Give us any feedback on things you like about the videos or that you don't.
But be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're constructive criticism is welcome, but if you're a troll, no thank you.
Yeah, and don't say butthole. It's rude.
Says the man who got everybody to look at the word butts.
That was funny.
That was funny.
It made me laugh. I don't know how everybody else felt about it.
So hope to see you next time. Look forward to chatting with you. Have a great time.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.